Alright, round two. Positioning my camera so that it doesn't fall. Okay. Make sure it's working. Still working. There we go. Alright, so if you're just tuning in, every Monday I'm going to be doing a guided meditation. I'm going to be doing it at a time. I haven't really decided on a specific hour, but I'll be creating a Facebook event for people who are in different states that they want to do like an at-home guided meditation. And just want to relax. So I'm going to do a little bit and some various sounds that I found off of YouTube, and I'll be guiding the meditation. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and get yourself a cup of water. It could be just a minimal amount. So I'll wait for about a minute. It's 9:38 right now. I'll wait until 9:39. So go ahead and get a cup of water if you don't have one. In the meantime, I kind of wanted to discuss what was I going to talk about? There was a dream that I had that was really profound on facing fears. Oh, that's what it was. Understanding that everything outside of you is obviously a direct reflection of what's inside of you. So, I mean, that's a common concept in the spiritual community, but at times it's difficult to find examples or experiences that that you can resonate with, that you can see as an actual thing in front of you. And the thing that happened with me today is I ended up going to get a new phone because I've been working with my old phone for the past 2 years. Yeah, it's a smartphone, but it was a crappy phone. And the phone essentially represents communication, communication to yourself, communication to others. So you use that as a communication device. So when you start to see how everything outside of you is literally a direct correlation of what is going on in your mind, my phone was broken. So for the past 2 years, I've been working on myself. I mean, I've been working on myself for the past 3-4 years, actually. But recently, I've been working on communication. So that means talking about being open and honest about what is going on in my life with myself, being honest with my emotions of how I'm feeling, being honest and authentic, and utilizing my authenticity. So the more and more I began stepping into that, the more and more I started seeing outside reflections. And now that I have a girlfriend, I have been using my open, honest communication with her on a lot of different emotions that have been coming up. And I've never really had that with this specific person. So the reason why I'm sharing all this backstory is going back to the phone. So once I started healing that aspect of myself, and I started openly communicating my feelings, my emotions, my thoughts, without fear of judgment, without fear of the other person being hurt by how I feel or what I perceive, I ended up purchasing a new phone unconsciously. Again, the phone representing communication. I purchased a new phone, so that's a representation that my communication is now at a higher level than I usually was. So that's one example, is a phone, a communications device. So if you start looking around my apartment, every single person's home, when you step into a person's home, it literally is a direct correlation to what thought processes and how that person's personality plays out. So if you were to walk into a person's home and they're very clean and meticulous, everything has to be in order, you could psychologically wise perceive them to be wanting to always be in control of something. They feel like they have to be in control. The same thing is with people who are messy. They tend to be scatter-minded or scatterbrained. And you can start looking at different places of the home, and you can start seeing how their mindset is, or what type of creative mind that they have. I remember when I used to live in this apartment with my ex, Samantha, and when she left, literally there was nothing in this apartment, and I sat here crying from that breakup, and I didn't know what to do. And I looked around in my apartment. It was completely empty. The only thing that I had was my desk and my bed in the other room. And it was at that moment that I realized I had never really had my own personal space to put what I wanted to create externally. So now if you look at the background a little bit, I have paintings that represent me. I have paintings that represent my chakras. I have different things that pertain to who I am now. So again, everything outside of a person in their home, you can start seeing how that person is just based on either the books that they have on their counter or how they're positioning certain objects. So everything outside of you literally is a direct reflection of what is going on inside of you. So I just wanted to talk about that very briefly. And on that same note, I wanted to go into my dream that I had. And after this dream, we're going to do after I explain the dream, we're going to do a little ceremony around water, putting intention into the water, and then we're going to start our guided meditation. It's going to be about a 20-minute guided meditation. It might run a little longer, so I hope you have a little bit of time before bed so that you can enjoy this. It's going to be an awesome activation for you. It's kind of like a shamanic type of meditation that I like to take people on. So, going to the dream. Now, every time, look at dreams as like a training ground, a training area for your mind. So when you leave the physical body, your awareness leaves the physical body, you then place your awareness in like a training ground, a virtual reality simulation type of thing. That's how I like to look at it. And if you become lucid in your dreams, you now can actually learn lessons. And even if you're not completely lucid in the dream, you still may learn lessons, because you're always learning. Doesn't matter if you're asleep or awake in this physical life. So look at every dream that you have as like a sort of training ground for different emotions that you may not be acknowledging in this particular reality, and then it plays out in that reality. So the dream that I had, I was in a hotel, and I was with my girlfriend, and we were on a bed. We were kind of playing on a phone, Snapchat stuff, and all of a sudden we heard a bunch of explosions. Okay, explosions outside. I think we were visiting a different country. One of the explosions hit a building, and then we jolted up. We were like, "What the heck was that?" And then another explosion was right above us, and then we immediately, the whole room was filled with fear, and it was like a hotel that was kind of like a hostel. So there was a bunch of people in the same room. And a ringtone. I apologize. In that dream, you could feel the fear in the air, and immediately when that happened, I then became lucid inside the dream. And when I became lucid in the dream, I realized, oh wow, there's a whole bunch of fear going all around. And immediately when I recognized that there's a bunch of fear going on, I saw these black tentacle looking things coming up from the ceiling, coming up behind Daniela and going into like a closet area. And again, everything is a training ground, as long as you're perceiving it and you're being the observer and you're recognizing that you're creating everything. So I was curious as what are those black tentacle looking things, because everything was normal. It was like not normal, but there was explosions, and my curiosity got me, and I went over to where the tentacles were, and they're black, like tar like things. And I opened the closet and I stepped into the closet. The closet automatically closed, and then I looked straight up, and the moment I looked straight up, it was the most, think about the most fearful thing that you've ever seen in your life. and it instilled so much fear in me. It was like a face of a type of demon, a demonic thing. And the moment I felt that, I froze. And I heard Daniela say from outside the closet, "Kill it." And since I was lucid, I realized that killing something is not going to fix something. So immediately when she said that, it reminded me, oh, okay, I love you. And then when I said I love you out loud to that thing that was instilling so much fear, like I was frozen, absolutely frozen with fear, and I said I love you to it, immediately I woke up, and that dream, the lesson had been learned. So every single dream you have, there's a lesson in it. And immediately when I woke up from it, I immediately started crying. I released so much. I cried a lot. And thankfully, I mean, I didn't require it, but Daniela was sleeping next to me, and she was supporting me with that. But that's just an example. So when you, even in your dreams, there's correlations of fear. Fear can be embodied by any number of things. And when you heal those aspects, you can heal that in this particular reality as well. So when I actually healed that, when I said I love you to it, instead of fighting it, or instead of running from it, or anything else, I stood there and acknowledged it, that it was an aspect of me. Today, after that, I've been feeling so much different. I've been feeling, one of my friends likes to say this phrase, but I felt like I leveled up in a different way. So your dreams are training grounds is what I'm saying. Okay, so we're going to get started on the guided meditation portion. So if you can get yourself into a comfortable position, and go ahead and grab your cup of water. So we're going to get our cup of water and place one hand below the cup and then one hand above the cup. Okay? And close your eyes and take a deep inhale in through the nose, exhaling out the mouth, letting go of the day, letting go of where you have to be when you leave here. Deep inhale through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Last deep inhale, you're going to hold for 10 seconds. Deep inhale in. Exhaling out the mouth. Breathing normally. Still keeping the eyes closed. Begin to place your focus and your attention at the top of the head, the top of the crown, where the brain is located, or in the center. And as you're placing all of your focus and awareness in the center of the mind, where the brain is, begin creating a small little ball of light. Every inhale you take, visualizing that ball expand. Every exhale you take, visualizing that ball contract. What you're creating right now is called a thought form. It's a manifestation of a thought or an intention or an emotion. Subconsciously, we create thought forms when we don't want to feel certain emotions. That thought form gets energy, and then it gets pointed out towards the astral. But in this instance, we're going to create a conscious thought form. A thought form that we can actually program with a specific intention, so that we can then put that energy, that ball of energy, that chi, into the water itself. So when you drink this water, that water will then communicate with the water in your body, so that you can embody that specific intention. So, in your mind now, begin visualizing an intention that you wish to set for yourself tonight. Maybe it's to have a good night's rest, or to wake up early in the morning tomorrow, or to have an amazing day tomorrow. Whatever it is that you want to intend for yourself, visualize it right now as if you are already living there. And as you're living there in that moment, Feel the sensation of how happy you would be by feeling it, by being there, by accomplishing that intention. Because the truth is that you have already completed that intention. You just have to align yourself, the frequency, you have to align the frequency to that. And yes, the mind wants to say, no, it's not that easy. It is that easy. And automatically, as you're visualizing this intention, that ball of light that we created is getting the emotion, it's getting the intention. Now begin to place your focus and attention back on the ball of light, in the center of the mind. All your focus goes there. There's nowhere else you have to be. And begin visualizing that ball of light moving slowly down the neck, following it with your awareness. And begin visualizing it moving to the center of your chest, pausing there for a moment, allowing yourself to feel what you feel in this moment, because your body is a communications device. It is always speaking to you. Allow yourself to feel any coldness, hot, tingly sensations, warmth in the chest, as all of your awareness goes there to that ball of light. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And now choosing either the left arm or the right arm, begin visualizing that ball of light moving through the shoulder, down through the lower arm, down to the palm of your hand, and pausing there for a moment. All of your focus and attention goes in the palm of the hand where that ball of light is, where that energy ball is, with the intention that you've set. And then slowly begin visualizing that ball moving into the cup of water that you're holding, setting the intention into that water until that ball of light is no longer visible, merging with the water completely. Once complete, taking a deep inhale through the nose, exhaling out the mouth, breathing normally. Slowly you're going to open your eyes and look at the cup of water. Recognize this cup of water as an aspect of you, as a reflection of you. As we discussed earlier, everything outside of you is a reflection of you. This water represents your emotions, your ability to truly feel your emotions without limiting yourself. The same water flows through your body. Now out loud or in your mind, and since you're most likely at home, you may not have any judgments about saying these out loud. But understand that your words are magic, so even if you were in a classroom, your words hold vibration. So speaking these out loud, giving acknowledgement and thanks to this water, saying, "Thank you, water. I love you, water." And when you're ready, in your own time and in your own way, drinking the water and allowing it to flow down the throat into the stomach, but place all of your focus and awareness on the throat as the liquid is flowing through. And you may do so now. And once complete, place the cup on the table that you're sitting at, if you're sitting, and close your eyes for a moment. Allow yourself to feel what it feels like as that water flows through your body. noticing any sensations that the body is creating for you in this moment. Take a deep inhale into the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Last deep inhale once more. You're going to take a deep inhale in and hold it for 10 seconds. Deep inhale in. Exhale out the mouth. Breathing normally. Scan your body from the top of the head all the way down to the feet. Noticing how that body feels in this moment. Now, depending on where you are, ensure that you're in a comfortable position for the next, I'd say, 20 to 30 minutes while I guide you on a meditation to meet your spirit guide. So you can go ahead and do so now. I'm going to give you 1 minute before I begin that guided meditation. And during that minute, I'm going to play my sound, my tank drum. Now that you've found a comfortable position for yourself, we're going to begin the 20 to 30 minute meditation. So begin to slowly close your eyes. And for the remaining portion, see if you can keep the body as still as possible. The reason being, when you move your body, you are dissipating energy. So if you can keep the body as still as possible, you begin to allow yourself to feel so much more. Take a deep inhale into the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Breathing normally. I want you to begin recreating the room in which you are sitting in or laying down in, without having to open your eyes. Recreating the environment, the textures, the colors. What did everything look like before you closed your eyes? Remembering the clothes that you were wearing. Remembering the position that you're sitting in or laying down in. Recreate all of it in your mind to the best of your ability. And as you're doing so, little by little, you begin to notice the textures of the walls begin to slowly fade away. The textures of the floors begin to fade away. The furniture in the room begins to fade away. and it is just you. Inside a white room. Sitting down or laying down in the position of which you had before you closed your eyes. And little by little, slowly, as you're in this room, you begin to stand up inside of that room. You begin to gaze at all the walls in that room. You begin to look down towards your physical body, seeing how peaceful you are, how relaxed that physical body is in. Knowing that you are completely safe inside this room while you go on an adventure in the mind. That room is a room of healing, a room of love, of peace, of relaxation. It is energizing your body, recharging you for when you return from the mind, from this journey that we're going to go on. Little by little, you begin to see a door emerge to the right of you. Your curiosity begins to get the best of you. Begin walking over towards this door. You begin to place your ear against the door. And you begin to hear little birds. Beginning to sing on the other side of that door. Now the curiosity really has you. What's beyond this door? Go ahead and begin to slowly open that door. On the other side of this door, you see a beautiful forest. Beautiful colored flowers. Beautiful animals, butterflies flying all around inside this space created in your mind. It's absolutely breathtaking. Begin to walk through that door, looking back towards your physical body, knowing that your body is safe inside this white room. Closing the door behind you. That door slowly disappearing. Admiring all the colors, all the smells, the different animals that you're seeing flying by, running by, climbing the trees. Slowly you begin to see a figure emerge from the bush. Out comes an animal. What kind of animal is this? This is an animal guide, here to be with you on the journey towards visiting your spirit guide. You can have direct communication with this animal. You don't have to speak any words. It's all spoken through the mind. So for the next few moments, I want you to go on an adventure through this forest. And be like you were when you were a child. Run, climb the trees, dance, play. It's just you and this animal guide. For the next few moments, do so now. Enjoy. If your mind wanders from the task at hand, bring it back to the visualization. There's nowhere else you have to be. This is an act of self-love. To release, to learn more about who you are. To truly be free in your mind. Continue playing in this space. Knowing you are safe as you're adventuring through this forest. Now that you've been playing around a little bit in this forest, you begin to see smoke coming off in the distance. Begin to make your way towards that smoke. And as you do so, the daytime slowly begins fading into night. But you know you're safe, because your animal guide is there with you. Begin making your way towards that smoke. You now see a cabin where that smoke was coming from. Begin making your way to the cabin door. And begin to hear the fire, the crickets coming out at night. Your curiosity is getting the best of you to see what's inside this cabin. Your animal guide lets you know that it's going to wait outside for you. As you go inside and see what is there for you. Begin to slowly open the door of that cabin. Inside this cabin, you see someone sitting down in a chair at a table. And there is another chair on the opposite end of this table. They tell you to have a seat, that they've been expecting you. They say, I know you may have a lot of questions, and I am here to support you in your growth. This is your spirit guide. So begin to go and sit down in front of that guide. And for the next few moments, you may have an open dialogue with this spirit guide. I will let you know when the dialogue is ended, so you can ask any question to anything that's going on in your current life, in your current stream. And they know everything about you already, because they are always there to support you. So you may do so now in this space. You are free. If your mind wanders during the conversation, bring it back. This is a safe space for you to explore. Your guide begins to instruct you that you have one last question before it shares something with you. that is not asked, that it is a question not asked for them. They have something very special to share with you. Alright. Your spirit guide begins to reach into its pocket, and it pulls something out and places it on the table. It says, "This is for you. You will know what to do with this when the time comes." Go ahead and grab that piece, that object that it's set on the table. Your spirit guide begins to now stand up from the table, instructing you to do the same. And it wants you to walk over towards it on the side of the table. It places its hand on your back and one hand on your heart. And it instructs you inside this reality to close your eyes, to allow yourself to receive this gift it's about to share with you. It asks you to begin placing your focus and awareness behind the shoulder blades. And as you do so, you begin to feel tingly sensations emerging from the shoulder blades. It is gifting you your wings, reminding you that you have them, reminding you of your divinity, reminding you of how powerful you are. These wings are the bellows to your heart. They are the bellows of your heart. Bellows are a tool that blow wind to a fire. They stoke the flame of a fire. Your wings stoke the love, the passion of yourself. So when you utilize these wings as a bellow and you maneuver them back and forth, you spread that love into your environment. There's so many different ways that you can utilize these wings, it lets you know. One of the ways that you can do so, it's one of my favorite. When you hug someone, when you hug a brother and sister, or sister, visualize these wings wrapping around the person so that they can feel that. They can feel that safety, they can feel that protection. Your spirit guide begins to kiss you on your forehead, thanking you for taking the time out of your day, for coming here. It begins to let go of your heart and your back, placing now both of its hands on either shoulder. And they look you into your eye, and you look at them. And you acknowledge one another as equals, knowing that you're both here to do amazing work. And it's time to start owning and stepping up. No longer living small, no longer being a victim. It embraces you in the biggest, most amazing hug you can conceive, as they wrap their wings around you and you around theirs. You begin to let go of the embrace, thanking one another for taking on these life missions that we like to play with. And they send you on your way. And begin to slowly exit the cabin. And as you do, you begin to see your animal guide outside there with you. And he's all joyful and cheerful, asking you how did it go? Did you get what you wanted? And they start running around you, being playful. And begin to walk into the woods once more, knowing that you're always protected and safe, no matter if it's darkness or light. Enjoy the sounds of the nature at nighttime, the crickets, the owls. And go venture into the woods for a brief moment until we come back into our physical bodies. And I will let you know if your mind wanders, bring it back to the visualization of playing in the forest at nighttime, seeing maybe the different fairies, the gnomes, the nymphs. Remembering that this is all your creation. Little by little, you begin to see a door emerging next to you. This door leads into that white room where your physical body is in. You begin to say goodbye to your animal guide. And your animal guide lets you know that you can always come back. You just have to go through that same process. Recreate that forest. Or you can just call upon the guide in your mind. And in this moment, it lets you know its name. So anytime you want to talk to it, you can call it upon yourself. You say your goodbyes. Begin to open the door slowly. You see the white room with your physical body inside the center. Seeing how peaceful that physical body is in. Walk through that door slowly. Closing the door behind you. And when you do, the sounds of nature begins to slowly fade away. Begin to walk over towards your physical body in that room. Begin kneeling down to where your physical body is in. Giving thanks and appreciation for what your physical body does for you. Allowing you to see, allowing you to taste, allowing you to touch, all these beautiful things in this three-dimensional world that we live in. Truly appreciating what it allows you to experience. Giving love to that temple. And out loud saying the following phrase: I love you, body. Thank you, body. And then laying down or sitting in the same position that the physical body is in inside that white room. And when you do, little by little, you begin to see the textures of the room coming back. The textures of the walls begin to come back. The furniture begins to come back. Once everything in your mind begins to come back to its natural order, take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Last deep inhale, hold for 10 seconds. Deep inhale in. Exhale out the mouth. Breathing normally. Still keeping the eyes closed. You can start moving the body a little bit, moving the back, moving the joints. But keep the eyes closed for a little bit more. Focus on your breath. One last deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Breathing normally. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. Reacclimating yourself into the room. Processing what you just gained from this meditation. Processing what you just learned. What questions that you had answered, what gift your spirit guide handed over to you, what animal guide you had. Whatever animal guide you had, go online, go on Google, and type in that animal and then spirit guide, and see what that means to you. And if you'd like, you can actually post what animal guide you received in this chat, if you'd like. I'm kind of curious to know what all of you received, and anything else that you'd like to share, because your feedback supports me as well, to let me know if my tone of voice was good, because I want to do this on a regular basis for people, every Monday, sort of my meditation for myself as well. So I thank each one of you for coming. I also what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have a donation button, or donation link. So for whatever reason you want to donate, I'm not forcing anyone to do anything that they don't want to do, but if you'd like to donate anything for the guided meditation, or I'll be doing this every Monday at nighttime, you can feel free to donate. Otherwise, I thank you and I honor you for being a part of this, and I love you, because as you grow, you allow me to grow. So thank you so much. Namaste.